does one solve the task of developing a Mercedes which conveys a touch of freedom, independence and adventure, which is emotional and provides unspoiled joie de vivre? The answer is short and to the point. You simply develop an SLK. The first design sketches are made. There's still unlimited stylistic freedom, creative work being unaffected by technical constraints. Then a rigorous elimination process begins, leaving 15 drafts shortlisted and translated into 1 to 5 scale models, the basis for final decision making. Technical development begins. A bodywork is created which has the rigidity required for comfort and safety, even though there's no roof structure. In a rollover, the occupants are protected by A-pillars with tubular reinforcements inside and 2 fixed rollover bars made of high-strength steel. Once again, our dummies have to risk their necks for the sake of occupant safety. Tough going, but with a successful outcome. The body in white structure fulfills the Mercedes safety criteria. Even in a rollover, the load values are clearly below the established limits. The long-term robustness of a sports car bodywork is a very different matter. Therefore, the bodywork was subjected to merciless testing on ultra-modern 12-channel servo-hydraulic rigs, which simulate 350 kilometers of potholed roads, gravel roads and field tracks within a very short period. The SLK passed these tests with flying colors. A genuine sensation. The sturdy steel roof automatically converts the SLK from a coupe into an open sports car and vice versa in just 25 seconds with outstanding precision. It's called the Vario roof and turns the SLK into a car for uncompromising use all year round. Needless to say, this was verified in merciless endurance testing. The roofs are opened and closed 20,000 times non-stop under different climate and temperature conditions. And they still work perfectly after this ordeal. Tests are tough, but reality may be even tougher at times. There's now a Belgian cobblestone track in Laredo, Texas, a stretch of poor road of the most punishing kind. Practical tests are performed on terrain in the Texan desert. The Mercedes engineers drive SLK prototypes across gravel, level crossings, potholes, joints, grooves and manhole covers. Their aim is to test the long-term durability of all components. This wind isn't blowing in the Texan desert, but is generated by the wind tunnel turbines. Today, the focus is no longer on optimizing the CD value, but on handling stability. Aerodynamic features are used to reduce bodywork lift, thereby improving road holding. Dirt swept along by the wind. Driving through simulated rain, the engineers test features which improve all-round vision. Work on small details, which yields great benefits. The view through the side windows remains unimpaired. While rattlesnakes doze outside, computers are humming inside. The SLK engineers and prototypes spend the hottest weeks of the year in Death Valley. The windows are closed. The air conditioning is switched off. The sun beats down mercilessly on the roof. The rising temperatures inside the car are recorded with imperturbable accuracy by a laptop. 44 degrees centigrade, 50 degrees, the driver is dripping with perspiration. Far from being a dream job, this is hard work under the toughest conditions. How cool is Max? A question that is quite relevant for sports car drivers. The engineers refer to thermal well-being and use Max to measure the drafts in the interior. At higher speeds, these may become rather unpleasant. The 13 wind speed sensors protruding from Max's plastic skin, like stubble, help to prevent this. Here in the north of Sweden, it would certainly be too chilly to drive with the roof down. A car designed for all year-round use nevertheless has to operate perfectly under these conditions. The thermometer reads -30 degrees centigrade, but the SLK must be capable of coping with this. Its engine has to start instantly. It has to move off smoothly and stop without problems. By contrast, it's hotter than normal on the engine test bench in Untertürkheim, where the material is put to the acid test. Supercharged. The word recalls the legendary Mercedes sports cars which caused a sensation on the racetracks in the late 20s. And now they're back, incorporating the most refined engineering. The mechanically supercharged engine combines the power of a 6-cylinder with the economy of a 4-cylinder, as proved by the performance of the SLK230 compressor's engine on the test bench. The mountain calls. In rigorous tests on steep alpine pass roads, the SLK's brakes had to prove that they're capable of coping with any strain. Temperatures and pressure ratings are recorded at 40 points, the readings being continuously fed into the computer on the move. 18 kilometers downhill in 21 minutes is not what you'd call a normal journey. The extreme stresses cause brake disc temperatures to rise up to 600 degrees centigrade. But this still isn't critical, since the brakes are so generously dimensioned that they work reliably and without a hitch, right down into the valley. Creative ideas, a good feel for colours and a certain understanding of engineering are the most important requirements for interior appointments design. The SLK is the first car with a truly colourful interior, with even the seats being integrated into the colour concept. This requires quite a sensitive approach, as does the choice of bodywork colours which combine harmoniously with the interior colour scheme. The new Mercedes SLK reflects the zeitgeist in terms of its colours too, a choice of 8 attractive shades. They go a long way towards creating a sports car that conveys unspoiled joie de vivre, combining technical innovations with attractive styling. A strong character, dynamic, light and compact. In short, the SLK.